spots in my head, hoping to see the light. Depression inside me has always been my hardest fight. I wish I could go back and fix the mistakes I made, to be the man my parents tried so hard to raise. Walking out on good friends, knowing I should have stayed. Take all the pain and all the bad memories, help me find the side of life I couldn't see. I need your love and all your precious glory. I'm giving you my all, God, I'm on my knees, asking you to show me the way. I'm begging you, wanna feel the same way when you save me. Try to wake up every day believing I'm okay, stressing over little things, wishing they would go away. Feeling of being a failure seems just to be another day. Lord, I hope you hear me talking to you. Trying to be right, please show me what to do. Know you have a plan and I'm trying to see it through. Take all the pain and all the bad memories, help me find the side of life I couldn't see. I need your love and all your precious glory. I'm giving you my all, God, I'm on my knees, asking you to show me the way. I'm begging you, wanna feel the same way when you save me. Why does life have to be so hard? I still feel like I'm falling apart. Take all the pain and all the bad memories, help me find the side of life I couldn't see. I need your love and all your precious glory. I'm giving you my all, God, I'm on my knees, asking you to show me the way. I'm begging, please, I wanna feel the same way when you save me.
Whoa, what is going on, everybody? Long time no see. I feel like it's been a hot minute since we've been on old Glick's House of Music. Anywho, we'll get into what we're doing here in just a second. Real quick, y'all, if you're not already, why follow us? Kind of lost my train of thought. I wasn't quite ready. Sent it a message to the guys. But anywho, welcome to Glick's House of Music. It is a part of the Nonsensical Network. If you guys aren't already following us, well, shame on you. But we'll make it real easy for you. We are literally everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. For the time being, I don't know if TikTok's going to be around or not. Everybody seems to be a little worried, but we're there. Shows are live Monday through Sunday. It's been a little hectic with the holidays. We've been kind of hit or miss. Family and all that stuff. So taking a little time off and all that jazz. But after the new year, we're going to get right back into the swing of things. Shows will be back live Monday through Sunday on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You guys can catch us. And you can listen anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts. No matter the platform, I'm pretty sure we're there. And we're definitely on all the major platforms as well. And everything is up to date. That's one thing we have gotten much better about is getting everything up in a timely manner. So it's all up to date. And all the replays are on YouTube as always. So give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share. You can also simply go to bio.link/nonsensical network. It's going to be scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen while I'm here tonight. That's got all of our links there. Also, if you like the hoodie, got the link to Nikki's shop Beauty and the Beard Creative Corner. You guys can hit her up on Facebook and say, hey, let me get one of them sick hoodies that Glick was wearing, and she'll hook you up. Make sure, get everything all figurated and situated and do what she does, whatever that is. No, I don't know how much it is or anything like that. But if you follow her on Facebook and you ask the questions, she can also make you your own personalized stuff. All that is there. What is going on in the chatters box? Echo. Never mind, it was me. What up, Wally? Big things coming in 2025. Amen. I am excited. What up, motherfucker? Chris Technician in the building. The Chris's are taking over. Chris in the chatters box. Chris in the chatters box. Chris on the screen. We're everywhere. Guys, I'm going to do something a little bit different than what I normally do here. I don't plan on being up here super late tonight or anything like that. You ain't got no money. How are you playing poker? Just want to kind of jump on and just kind of reflect on the year, not only for this show, but for the network. But I do want to do something a little bit different than I normally do on this show. I'm going to do a little open panel. So anybody who is out there listening or wants to come up, this was kind of a spontaneous thing. I just thought about it the other day. Otherwise, I would have reached out to some of my former guests and seen if they were available and if they wanted to come up. But nonetheless, what up, Benji? Speaking of my former guest, I can get this out. It can be clean. I can clean it. I can chop and screw it. I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick. The music show was something I always wanted to do, but I didn't really know what direction I was going to go with it. I initially started just playing music, and with copyrights and everything like that, you got to learn how to do the dance, to play the music that you want to play and not get strikes or do all the copyright bullshit or anything else like that. Well, in doing that, I was like, why ain't I reaching out to these artists and interviewing them? So that's kind of, plus I'm a huge fan of local music. I'm a huge fan of the up and coming artists. Always have been. You know, when I get the chance, I enjoy going out to the local spots, bars, you know, music venues, whatever, and seeing the up and comers. So that was kind of like, why am I not doing a show for these guys who still play their music and we get to hang out and shit with it? And it's not your typical boring. If you've never seen Glick's House of Music, go check out some of the old replays. I have done a fuck ton of interviews, and it hasn't even been a full year yet. Nonetheless, I don't do your typical boring run-of-the-mill interviews where you come in, you ask the same old questions that have been asked 100 times or anything like that. It's just kind of, let's sit down and fucking hang out. Man, we can drink, if you smoke, you smoke, if you curse, you curse. Well, we're going to get to see a different side of the musicians. Yes, the questions will be asked about, you know, the obvious questions, but it's more like getting to see a different side of them, getting to hang out, keep it chill, keep it low key, and just have a good time. And I have been pleasantly surprised. You know, initially it was a little like anything. You got to kind of go through the motions and everything like that. Yeah, man, having a good time. And I think I'm starting to develop a little bit of a name for myself. People are starting to tell other people about the show. So it's becoming a lot easier for me to book guests, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And my guests have been super fucking cool. So that's kind of the concept from behind it. And what I wanted to do was spotlight these artists, but also get to see a different side of them, get to know them a little bit differently. And I have developed some friendships, which has been really cool, unexpected, and definitely really cool. But I couldn't do it without them, obviously. Like, so short and sweet, and I gotta right around 12 minutes. From myself here at Glick's House of Music, from the Nonsensical Network to everybody that I've had on the show so far this year. I just want to send a huge thank you and a huge shout out. You guys have been awesome. You let us play your music. You let us continue to play your music. And, side projects happen. Like our good friend Derek Wayne Douglas, he's now a co-host on our sports show. He started out as a guest on Glick's House of Music, and him and I were chatting one day about doing talking football and doing a football show. And he said he'd love to be involved. Well, now I think that's going to expand into a sports show. Other guests that I've had on that we continue to stay in contact and want to do stuff together. Huge shout out to the Southern Outlaws band. They've become more like family to us at this point. You guys know I went out and had the opportunity to MC for them, but I look forward to continuing to do it, continuing to grow the community. And I couldn't do it without you musicians that are willing to take the chance to come sit down with some big bearded, goofy ass Sasquatch looking motherfucker. And you don't know what the hell I'm going to pull out or what the hell I'm going to say or do, but you come up here and you share your love for your music and your fan base. And I truly am, from the bottom of my heart, I'm very grateful for it. Thank you guys so much. And look forward to doing more next year, 2025, right? 2025. That's what we're here for. It's a new year. We're at the end of the road for 2024. It has been a wild run. It has been a wild road. I want to say this too, real quick. I know this is not music related, but 2024, the first day of 2024, my boys up in Ann Arbor started the new year by embarrassing them simpletons down in Alabama. And in the last day of 2024, they did the same thing again. So let's go blue. Congratulations, Michigan, on your bowl victory today. Suck it, Alabama. Suck it, SEC. Anywho, we'll get into, I'm going to kind of dance all over. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, it's kind of spontaneous, but we're going to dance all over the place. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Benji, what's going on, brother? Dinner report. Nikki is making some kind of subs, some recipes she's seen on Facebook. Not sure. Happy New Year's, Mandy. Welcome. Oh, absolutely, brother. And I'm going to touch base on that here in a little bit too. Absolutely, man. I'm excited to see you doing your thing. I'm excited to have you on here and excited to have you a part of the family. By the way, Glick, I got a JBL X3 G Bluetooth. Hell yeah, man. Y'all some Bluetooth and motherfuckers up in that house. You guys should be rocking out to Glick's House of Music every Tuesday night with them speakers. Before I get any further, so what I did tonight, I've got all the music from all the artists, but instead of, playing like one little song at a time or whatever, I decided to go and jump on their Instagrams or jump on their TikTokies and steal some reels. And so I'm going to kind of play them in clusters, but I got to start, in all honesty, I knew when I wanted to do this show. I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do this show. And you guys have seen Rocky on here. You guys know who Rocky is, EDM Combat. I reached out to him, and not that I had to ask, I just had to tell him when and where. And I said, hey, man, I'm starting an interview show. I want you to be my first interview. We're already friends. We've already done this dance. You've already been on the shows. Kind of help me get my footing, figure out how I'm going to do this, where I'm going to go with it, and everything like that. So, holy shit, I didn't realize that was a whole song. And I didn't realize that was a whole song either. That's all right. We'll just play snippets of them. But I'm going to play a few snippets. And then I'll come back and I'll talk a little bit. And then I'll play some more snippets and I'll come back and I'll talk a little bit. But it's been exciting. And it all started with this guy right here. My brother, from another mother, somebody who's become a very near and dear friend of mine through TikTok. And our friendship still continues to grow. And if you guys don't know who he is by now, well, you should, and you should be checking him out. EDM Combat Official. Just type in EDM Combat. You'll find him. He's everywhere. And this is just a sampling of him singing. And I'm going to play 2 or 3 clips. So they're just going to come bang, 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 bang right off the rip.
Something's got a hold of me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind. How many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know how to lose control when you're not next to me? I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see how to lose control when you're not next to me? Yeah, you breaking my heart, baby.
Just met you, but if I'm being honest, I have never met someone and felt like this. The way we both feel is something I don't wanna miss. Got these big emotions that come into focus the moment that I see your face. But I learned to control them, used to abuse them. You won't do the same. I'll take it slower than I ever have. Take these emotions and hold them back, even though it's hard to. And I see you standing there. I keep my word and keep the pace slow. It's not a race, falling in love with your soul, even though I want to. And I see you anywhere. I'll take it slow, I swear.
Tell me what you're thinking about. Give it to me. Like how you're feeling inside. Give it to me. And if we can, then we can talk about it. Know where to run to, and know where to hide. Oh, we know where to hide.
Yeah, man. Rockley, EDM Combat, Jay St. John. Another fun interview. What was really cool about that was the first interview that I had to kind of adjust and change around a little bit and adapt. Jay's an amazing musician. You're gonna hear me say that a lot tonight. Jay is an amazing musician, very religious, and right there in his faith. And I had to adapt. You guys know how we are on the network, out of respect for him. And I also had to change the logo around a little bit. He was afraid that the logo might offend some people, but no problem. Easy breezy. I'd change on the fly, adapt on the fly, and make it happen. You know, we had a great interview. We had a great conversation. Super nice guy. And, you know, and then Josh Merritt, man, who was in there. And if you guys go to our Instagram page and you scroll down, make sure you're following us first and foremost. And you go to our Instagram page and you scroll down, you're going to find, you know, where I make the little post announcing my guest and everything, and I tag them there. So if you have any problems finding them, just go to our Instagram page or our Facebook page and find those posts. And Instagram is probably the easiest. And go give them a follow. I tag them also. I make it super easy for you guys to find them. Most of them, it's just typing in their name and you're going to come across them. But Josh Merritt was another one. He was fun. Just a Kentucky boy doing his thing, man. Loving life and enjoying the music he does. And yeah, like I said, man, it just started right there with Rocky. And Rocky is maybe I think you know Rockley. he's a man of many talents, like most of these artists. Rocky can rap, sing country, sing rock, sing R&B, make beats, produce music, play the instruments. He can do a little bit of everything. So maybe one day we'll get an album out of him. But these guys are all continuing to do stuff. They're staying busy. All these artists that I've had on the show, and just we'll pull the curtain back a little bit on you guys. I'm actually deleting these as we go, so I don't accidentally play it again. And I think that there was a couple that I might have missed, which I'll be able to figure out as I go, because I didn't label any of them. Because again, why do that? That would make far too much sense. Plus, this was a spontaneous thing. Rock Lee brings the fire. The fire, the pickled pepper says. The pickled pecker says. So before I do some more music, obviously a little origin of where Glick's House of Music came from. Those of you guys who know us, maybe you don't know us. Obviously, Jeff and I started doing this almost 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years in April. And we were doing Nonsensical Nonsense, our Saturday night show. We were doing that 3 nights a week. And over the last year and a half or so, I started to want to try to change the content and create content and have content based, not just us acting like complete jackasses 3 nights a week. And with that, now the network is not even a year old yet. But with that kind of came the network. We started changing things up. Monday nights became a men's mental health podcast. It's men caring for men, and it's all about obviously the men's mental health, the stigma behind it. Why is there a stigma? Doing what we can to erase that stigma, and being a quote unquote safe place for men to go and have real conversations about real day-to-day struggles, whether it be the ups and downs of our mental health, relationships, parenting, financial things, just a place where the guys can get together and realize that they're not alone and going through the shit that they're going through. So that one's also a relatively newish show. It's new to this year. And yeah, we kind of we rode the wave, so to say. We didn't really know. I had an idea and a concept and what I wanted to do with it. We started out with myself and Connor and Jaravishi. We'll get into the bad later on. Don't worry. We'll get into the bad of this year later on. And since Jaravishi's no longer there, I've stepped down. That was my ultimate goal from Jump Street, was to give it to Connor. And now Connor's running with it. And, it's still a show in progress. But that's how we kick our Mondays off, man. We kick off Mondays on a serious note. And kind of go from there. But it's been fun. And it's one of those things that has really shocked me and surprised me, the amount of people that watch, listen, and pay attention and are willing to come up, because we do an open invitation for all men. And basically you can come up, and if you got something on your chest and you want to get it off, you're welcome to get it off your chest. And or if you just want to partake in the conversation and the topic, maybe that topic resonates with you and you want to partake in that conversation. That's we have the open invitation for men. We also like to take time out to dedicate shows to our military, our veterans, our active duty, because Lord knows they're going through it. Whether it's adjustments to civilian life when they get out, or just dealing with traumas or dramas from being in the military. So we like to take those timeouts and dedicate shows and bring veterans up, or even active duty members, and give them a place where they can talk and not feel like they're being judged or anything else. The Rage Quitter. Happy New Year's to you, girl. It's already New Year's for you. You're living in the future. But yeah, it not only does it, let's be honest, we kind of did it selfishly for ourselves, especially Connor and me. I think you guys have got to know me over the last couple of years, and I think in the last year you've got to know me a lot more. We really open up on that show, and it's I think we kind of did it selfishly to a certain degree, but also we want to get it out there. We want to have that platform, and we're not doing it for we're just doing it because we know what it's like at the end of the day. 43 minutes into the future. So, we're doing that on Monday night. It's growing. It's you go through the ups and the downs and the adjustments and hopefully maybe by Saturday we can give you guys some answers as far as what's going on, because there are going to be some changes. So hopefully by Saturday night we can give some changes, let you guys know what's going on. I don't think anything's going away. Might be adding some stuff. Nobody's going anywhere. Maybe some new people will be coming around. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what happens. But there's definitely things for the future for that show, like every show, so to say. At the end of the day, so to say, at the end of the day, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Originally this show was on Fridays because I was doing music, and then when I started to do the interviews, I did my first couple interviews on Friday nights, and I came to realize real fast. You're an idiot if you think you're going to interview musicians on Friday nights. Why? Well, I think anybody who knows anything about music has an ounce of knowledge about music. Fridays and Saturday nights are prime nights for local musicians. So the show got changed, and it's now on Tuesday nights. The new home for Glick's House of Music has been on Tuesday for a while, and I think it's definitely benefited me as far as doing the interviews and locking them in and whatnot, because it is beginning of the week. Nobody's really got anything going on. Nothing's really happening. And so it's one of those adjustments. That's one of the great things about here, all of us here, is we can adapt and change and kind of move around as needed, and find that permanent home. But, I already told you guys what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of running down each individual show. So you guys don't need to hear that again. However, our newest show here on the network just started in the last couple months. Is my buddy, very good friend of mine. Why call him a friend? Let's be honest. He's my brother. He's like a brother to me. We fight like brothers sometimes. Not very often though. But when we do fight like. When we do fight like brothers. You guys have come to know him as Wally. I know he's Chris, but I'm trying to get that Wally to stick. That's an old high school nickname. We're trying to get it to stick here on the network. Love him to death. He's talked about doing a show for a while. And I said, bro, I got the platform. We've got the time. We've got the space. What do you want to do? What do you want to make happen? Let's stop talking about it. And as you guys know, my favorite line is, don't talk about it, be about it, bitch. So I hit him with that, and he said, fuck it, let's do it. And he's doing a little show on Mondays, Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations. This is a unique show. It's not necessarily, part of it's not necessarily unique to the network, because you guys know Jeff, and Jeff's a car guy. You've seen Benji around here. Benji's a car guy. Blaze is kind of sort of into cars. He's a motorcycle guy, car guy. But one half of the show is motorsports. Like dirt track racing, dirt bikes, Monster Jam, NASCAR, drag racing, all that stuff. But the second part of the show, which is this makes this very cool and very unique in my opinion. And I was like, buddy, I don't know how you're going to make this work. And if he's in the chat still, he'll tell you. I said, I don't know how you're going to make it work, but I like it. I think it's going to be cool. And he's like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to make it work either. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, Glick. And I said, don't worry. We got your back. We'll be there to help you out as much as we can. But the second part of this show is Cold-Blooded Conversations. It's reptiles. So he's got a little combination of motorsports and reptiles. And I don't know, like I said, maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm goofy. I think it's kind of a cool combination. I think it's a cool concept. It's an interesting combination. Like magic, baby. Like magic, baby. And he's doing a good job with it. He's still new to the podcasting game. Still working out the nerves and all that stuff. But he's having fun with it. He's going to be Wally's going to be another one that has guest on his show. I don't know if it's going to be a regular basis or how what he's planning on doing as far as that goes. But he's going to have guests on the show, so we're going to get to see people from the motorsport world and I'm assuming the reptile world. But that's the newest show here on the network. It literally just started just a couple months ago. And he kicks off our Mondays, and then we roll in from Wally. We roll into Connor with the show on Monday, and then Tuesday we roll into this show. And again, I know technically it's Tuesday. I know technically we're on Glick's House of Music, but why spend the whole time talking about me? I don't need these guys I don't need to give these guys any more ammo about my ego. You know what I mean? Don't know what I mean. Gonna try at least every other week. Hey, there you go, man. That's awesome. That's awesome, bro. Once you start getting into once you start getting into the guest and I get you on our social media and you're able to go down that path and you're able to go down that road, you're gonna find it's super easy to get them guests, man. ego, here we go. Glick talking about himself again. But and then got Monday and Tuesday covered. Let me play a couple more little snippets here. You know what? I'm gonna clip these because I didn't realize I downloaded the whole song. I didn't realize they put the whole songs on YouTube. But these guys were just recently on the show, I believe, the Handlers. Then I got a little Jay Valor. I think I'm going to do a little Jay Valor. And then I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I'm just going to click one. But I think we got a little Handlers. We'll give you a little snippet.
Something's got a hold of me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in and the devil's knocking at my door. Oh, out of my mind, how many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone?
every single time your sleepless us night. Oh, fills me with desire and sends shivers down my spine. Oh,
I want to start with that young man that was just playing. He's just a baby, man. Barely over 21. Never done an interview before. But was super nervous. We were having a fun conversation. He was nervous. I could tell he was nervous. I knew he was nervous before we went live. He told me he was a little bit nervous. And I don't ask many performers to do live songs on the show here because that's not really what I'm doing. You know, like, I got your music. We're gonna download your music, but some of them are cool with it, and it's a huge honor, and I love it when they do want to do their music live here on the show. But I don't want to be that guy and be weird and ask them. But I could tell he was a little nervous, and he feels better behind his guitar. And I said, "Hey, man, you wanna do something for us live?" And he was like, "Yeah, if you don't mind." And as soon as he got the guitar and started playing, and he got done, he was good. Those nerves were gone. He kind of got his little safety net, his safety cushion, whatever you want to call it, and those nerves went away. But I wanted him to calm down. I didn't want him to feel like I was a big bad boogeyman that was going to get him or anything like that. So, got him settled down. But we had a good conversation. He's a cool young man doing his thing. I say a young man because he ain't much older than my oldest. And he makes good music. Of course he does his covers and stuff, but he's writing his own songs and shit like that. That song, that clip that just played was one of his original there. The Handlers, they're one of the more recent interviews that I've done. Those guys were just a trip. Talking backstage, I was like, oh Lord, we're gonna get in trouble. This is gonna be a fun one. And they were as fun as could be. A couple down to earth, genuine guys. We had fun. They're just trying to do music, man. That's what they love. They love doing music. They're super close friends. The story about how they met and how they became friends is kind of crazy. If you guys want to hear it, you can go over to Spotify, or you can go watch the live replay or on YouTube. And then little Jay Valor there with, no disrespect to Teddy Swims, and I don't think Teddy will ever hear this because I'm sure we're way below his radar, but you never know. No disrespect to Teddy Swims. I love that song. Every woman on the planet that is breathing air loves that song. And there's people love that song. I think my man Rocky and my guy Jay, I think they did it better at the end of the day. But no, Jay Valor was awesome. I actually met him through another interview. AJG, my man down in Miami. And he was like, yo, you got to have Jay on. They collabed on a song together. And I'm already working on that. I'm playing chess or checkers and whatever. I don't know. I don't know how the saying goes. I'm playing chess and you're playing checkers. I don't know. I said, I've already got that in the works. But Jay was awesome. Jay was a good dude. Jay's a busy guy, y'all. Vegas, Nashville, he's all over the place. Again, all these artists, go to our Instagram page. If you're not following us already, make sure you follow us. I put posts up on Instagram and I tag them. Go follow them and go show them some love. Let them know, hey, Nonsensical Network or Glick's House of Music sent me, and show them some love. I don't have musicians on here just to have them on. You know what I mean? I'm genuinely a fan of their music. I become a fan of their music organically, thanks to the algorithm on Instagram. Mainly on Instagram, and they put them in my ear, and then I listen to their other stuff, and I truly become a fan of their music. And I've been blessed and very thankful that I haven't had a bad interview yet. Everybody's been super cool. Even a couple interviews I was nervous about turned out to be awesome. But you know, wind up sitting down, shooting the shit, and having a good time, man. You can't go wrong with that. Wally in the chat. I have some big names. If it ain't Hannah and it isn't Irwin, I don't want to talk about it. No, I'm just kidding. That'll be awesome, man. I've been, you know, I don't always listen live to the guys here on the network. I try to pop in and say hi when I can, but I always listen to the replays and shout out, man. These guys are. I have a really solid group of guys that for the most part we're all on the same page. We all have the same goal, and again, this is. I don't mean to sound biased. This is my network. I actually enjoy listening to the replays, and when I can catch them live, I get in there and fuck with the guys and bust their balls and everything else. But I enjoy listening to the replays as a fan. I take myself out of the quote unquote boss's chair, you know what I mean? And listen as a fan and watch these guys grow and watch these guys do their thing and see their shows grow and everything like that has been and will continue to be really cool. And I hope you guys are checking it out and feeling the same way. Anybody who may or may not be watching, if you're in the chat and you want to ask me any questions about Glick's House of Music or any of the other shows or the network in general, feel free. You guys are more than welcome to ask me. I did say I wanted to do an open panel. I don't want to be on here super late, super long time. But it is an open. I did decide to do a little open panel for anybody who wants to pop in and say hello. This doesn't apply to the guys because they know they can come and go as they please. We all have passwords and admin rights and everything like that. We can just come and go as we please. And they've already been told that I was going to be up here tonight. But nonetheless, speaking of the shows and speaking of changes, Wednesday night was another one. Man, did we dance around with the Wednesday night? Jesus Christ. We're still kind of, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. We're still dancing around with Wednesday night. We're still trying to figure out Wednesday night. I wanted to do a news show here on the network. And I am going to, I'm going to put credit where credit's due. Monday night, I created that show. Tuesday night, obviously, it's my show. Wednesday night, I kind of refinagled it and changed it around and whatnot. But I knew I wanted to do a news show here on the quote-unquote network. I know, it's kind of weird to say, and some people think it's douchey that we have a network. I don't know. I don't know what else to call it. It is what it is. I'll hear on the network. But I didn't want it to be super serious. I didn't want to talk. We got two rules. No politics, no religion. Do we break those rules? Yes. We bend them a little bit, let's just say. We still talk a little bit about politics. And we very rarely do we get on the subject of religion. But we do it in our own way. We have fun with it. It doesn't get too super serious or anything like that. But I knew I wanted to do a news show, but I didn't want to be super serious with it. I wanted to have fun with it and kind of go with a theme of news shows or news stories that kind of made you scratch your head, kind of made you go, really? Like, like, this is not real. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, make you go, what the fuck? Hence the birth of What the Fuck News. Exception, not the rule. Yes, we've been just a little bit, just for fun. So, again, this was another show that started out with a 4-man roster. Blaze has been there, and Blaze is actually, he doesn't do a full-time segment. He's there from time to time. He does. He's our resident expert scatologist. If there's a shit story out there that gets his attention, Blaze is like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna pop in. I got a news story for you that revolves around shit." So, and then we have our weatherman that pops in from time to time. You know, he's become a favorite amongst our listeners. Climatete. He's a weird one. We haven't quite figured out Climatete yet, but I will say this: 2025, we might see a little bit more Climatete. No promises. I'm just saying we might see a little bit more Climatete on Wednesday nights. We're in negotiations right now. You can't kick me out. That's the great thing of being the god. A god here. Look down upon you peasants. He's a scat man. I'm not even going to try to do the blah 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 burby dee. You know, Connor was here. Obviously, he's not able to, school and work and kids and marriage. He's got a lot in the frying pan. So Connor fell out. Again, I'll address this in a little bit with the bad. Jaravici was here. Couldn't ever really quite comprehend what we were trying to do. Is what it is. And we finally locked in on Jeff and I. And Jeff and I, and we're still trying to figure it out. But I think very shortly, another rotation of what the fuck, and I think we're going to be locked in on where we're going with it. But nonetheless, man, it's basically what it is. It's funny news stories, goofy news stories, things that make you just go, what the fuck is wrong with people, or what in the hell is going on in this world? You can go to hell, Wally. I'll get the cash later. And then, of course, I don't know how or why this became a thing, but it did on the on What the Fuck News, the penis report. I have to find somebody that will set all of my electronic devices ablaze when I die, because there's far too much penis in my search history for one man. There should not be that much penis in my search history on Google, but there is, because I have to do the penis report every Wednesday. I don't know how it became a thing, but it did become a thing, and it's not going anywhere, unfortunately, unfortunately, or fortunately. I don't know. Either way, it's not going anywhere at the end of the day. We got warning labels and everything, and a sound bite and everything that goes with it. None of these shows have been easy. I'll tell you that. It's been a lot of hard work and a lot of just a lot of dancing and figuring out, and it's not us. I got yelled at when we didn't do it. It's not me, anyways. It's not me. I got yelled at. I got yelled at in the chatters box. I got yelled at on the show. I got yelled at in messages. I'm like, it was like literally just the one. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be more penis stories, because there's always somebody doing something weird with their penis, but it's become a weekly thing. It is what it is, I guess. Whatever. There's been a lot of hard work, and it's not easy. And I'm going to get to that down the road too, because I put a lot of time and energy and invested a lot of time and energy here. But I'll get to that down the road. It was a lesson I had to learn just not too long ago. Not even really a lesson I had to learn. It was just something I had to do. And then Thursdays have kind of been a little bit of everything. Again, I'll talk about the bad later. We did have a show here on the network. They abruptly left for no apparent reason other than the fact that Yeah, I'll get to that later. So it kind of left a void on Thursday nights. Well, that void got filled with Cash's Corner, which is that dark shadow behind me that's creeping into the room. Some of you guys already know him. Some of you guys don't know him. That's my son, Cash. Him and I are both huge wrestling fans. And we decided to do a show together. And we were doing it on Thursdays. And now it's Saturdays. Again, changes, adapting and going with the flow and going where we need to go to make things easier, not only on us, but just things fall into play a little bit better. But we're talking wrestling. Like I said, we're both big. I've been a wrestling fan my whole life. He was too. He really was. Wally said the real champ.
What?
Like you said, you were lurking. Wally said the real champ, Cash.
I am.
You ain't.
Yes, I am.
Wannabe champ.
Okay, at least I put my title on the line. Unlike you're having the Logan Paul show.
What are you talking about? My title. There's never been a competition to put my title on the line.
All right, let's start putting. Okay, let's take off my title and start putting on your title.
You got to earn that title.
Why can't I just have
And
that
stop
one?
cheating and changing the rules.
All right, next show I'm gonna announce every single role.
Funny you say that, because I hate to admit this, but that's something I'm working on. But yes, Cash's Corner. It kind of filled in for a little bit on Thursday nights. Like I said, we're just talking wrestling. Father son talking a little wrestling, having fun. Get out of my head. Trust me. Again, along with my electronics, I have a notebook that needs to be disintegrated as well. But that one was really cool. And that one's like super personal to me. Because I'm doing it with him. I'm doing it with my son, and he's enjoying it. And I didn't think he had any interest in being on podcasts or doing podcasts, and getting to kind of teach him, and he's growing and getting, he's finding his footing. He does, he's new to being in front of the camera and all that stuff. But that one's very personal to me. I enjoy doing that a lot. Plus, it's something that we both love, something that we both enjoy. And we're talking about it anyway, so why not just get on a show and talk about it? Because there's like a bazillion wrestling fans in the world. Eventually, it's going to catch on. Yeah, and then like Wally comes up and hangs out with us. We do our picks for the pay-per-views, and we have our little competition there. Even though Cash changes the rules every pay-per-view to make sure he wins, he's basically the Ric Flair of. Or he's like an Eddie Guerrero. He lies, he cheats, he steals. So, but we have fun. And that show did move to Thursday, or from Thursday to Saturdays. It was just easier. We only get to do the show every other week. But it just made it easier on Saturdays. We could get up and get motivated and excuse me, and do the show. You know what I mean? And we can get caught up with the week from behind, see? I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed it. Little Eddie Guerrero ass. Well, let's change his name to Cash Guerrero. And we can, because we do the show on the weeks he's here. And so we miss a week in between, and then he's not here so we can watch wrestling, so we got to try to get caught up and all that jazz and make sure we're in the right place and know what we're talking about and all that. So if you're a fan of wrestling right now, we're just talking WWE. He hasn't really evolved yet. I mean, he's 11. So I've grown up on it. I've watched it all. AEW, TNA, WCW back in the day, WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling, ROH, Ohio. I mean, I just all the different indie stuff, and So my knowledge is a lot. I got a bigger bank than he does of knowledge, but we can still talk about things. And sometimes we talk about old school wrestling that catches his attention, and I'll catch him on YouTube doing his research and doing his homework. So that's really cool. So Thursdays are still kind of, I think in the new year, Jeff's Garage is going to find his home on Thursdays. He's going to start doing more there. Jeff's Garage originally was going to be a car show. Again, every show has had its, like, you do this dance with it. And now it's turned into kind of a hobbyist show. Basically, the whole concept of the show is if it fits in the garage, we're going to talk. They would talk about it. And it took a lot of work and a lot of prying on my end to be like, Jeff, there's so much more you could do outside of cars, because you say if it fits in the garage, we're going to talk about it. And trying to persuade him to start doing interviews. So it's going to be another show that's going to have interviews. So 3 shows already out of the 4 nights that I've talked about. Glick's House of Music, Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations, and Jeff's Garage are interview style shows. Not a full-time, well, Glick's House of Music is a full-time interview show, but the other 2, I think Jeff's is going to become full-time. Men Care for Men, sometimes Connor's going to set up interviews and stuff like that. So, and Jeff's going to interview people that are doing all kinds of things. So, that show is still in its evolution stage, so to say. Beer does fit in the garage. He can have me on as a guest for that show. I know a little bit about a little bit when it comes to beer. We're teaching. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Wally. Yes. He's getting into the old school stuff, man. He's digging it. He keeps asking me these random ass questions because he'll see stuff on there and he'll come and ask me about it, and I'm like, oh man, you don't even know like how cool that was to see it live for the first time, or like whatever. But yeah, so Jeff's in that evolution stage again with his show. Hopefully it'll become more consistent on Thursday nights. Hopefully he'll be able to lock in, again, getting active on our social media, using our social media to our advantage is only going to help as far as the interview goes. Especially, I think Instagram is fantastic for finding guests because our algorithm adapts to what we're doing. And then when you scroll it, you don't even have to put any work in. You just scroll it. I think yours will do really well, Wally. I think you coming in, not really knowing what you're doing, not really knowing what to do, and just having fun with it. That's all that matters, man. At the end of the day, none of us are fucking professionals around here. We're just having fun. But so Thursday night's been weird. Thursday night has been weird because, and again, I'll address that here in a few. Thursday night's been weird because we had a show there, and then that show went away, and then we had another show that was planned to go there, and then that show went away. Actually, that show never even came to fruition. I won't say too much yet. And then a show was created, and then it was moved to a different day, and so Thursday nights have been kind of weird. Thursday nights have been our hiccup spot here on the network. So hopefully in the coming year, that void will be filled. Who's to say there's not an option for new shows to join at the end of the day? But I don't know if you guys kind of caught on what I'm doing here yet. Thursdays are kind of jinxed. I didn't think about that. Wait a minute. I put Jeff on Thursday nights. Can I finally get rid of him? I've been trying for like the last 30 years. Will that finally be the cure for the Jeff? I'm gonna go ahead and got a couple more here. I got a lot more here. I didn't realize how many interviews I've done, y'all. And I want to get through all these because I want to make sure I give all these artists love tonight. So I'm gonna play a couple more little snippets here. Oh, you're gonna stay. Last two Thursday, Blaze is. I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get not you, Pickled Pecker. I'm gonna get to Blaze. I'm gonna get to Blaze here in a minute, or here in a few. I'm gonna do when I do the good. I'm gonna get to Blaze. Jeff's our boy. You're the one person that'll stand up for him, Wally. Yeah, I'm gonna get to Blaze. I'm gonna get to Blaze. Trust me. But I want to play a couple more snippets I got here, and again, I didn't label them, so I'm just gonna play them, and then I'll kind of address them as we go.
I still believe that life will be okay, but that don't mean that it comes without pain. Some say it's just a game and your heart will break. They say love is dead, but I say no way. I take my bourbon on the rocks, don't like to mix it up too often.
Oh, caught me saying. I want to get to him here in a few.
Take it away, take it away. I don't want it back no more, no more. Your love done beat me down and my heart is feeling so. Oh no, no, oh no, no, oh no, 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 no. Black and blue, my heart stopped for you. I don't love you. I don't love you. I don't love you.
Why wasn't it working?
Simple town where I might just settle down, where my family tree is planted and its branches touch the ground. It's where my garden grows, and I feel like I know myself more than just a dream, where the grass is always green.
I want to address a couple things here. First and foremost, Luke Angel. That kid was awesome. Man, he had stories. And he, the kid has got one hell of a support system around him. Again, you guys go check out the full interviews on all these artists. All the shows are on Spotify, and they're also all on YouTube. And we're also in the works. This is something Jeff and I started working on. Kind of fell off. We're going to get back to it, but Jeff and I were working on putting all the shows in separate playlists so that they're easier to find, and you're on YouTube, and you can just go right to a show, and you can see all the episodes and stuff like that. But real quick about Luke Angel, awesome young man. He's got a support system that is much like all these artists. They have a really great support system around him, but his is right there, man. And it's homegrown all the way down to his boss. His music video for one of his first songs was shot in the restaurant where he's a waiter at, and it was his boss's idea. Super cool. And his first big gig was at the bar across the street from where he works. And the community gathers around him. The people in the video were his family and community members, and they really gather around this young man and support him. And he makes good music. He's another guy, much like most of these artists, that kind of grow and evolve. He was rapping, and then he decided to do country. So big props to him. Zay Grassley, all the way down in South Carolina, right? You basically my neighbor down where I used to live in Charleston. Got that Southern charm. Another one, man. He's been through it, the ups and downs in life, and now he's focused on his music and just fun conversation. And the cool thing, this is the other thing that kind of, and I understand where it comes from. I've been asked this question a lot when I'm setting up interviews and stuff like that. I've been asked this question a lot. Why is your show 2 hours? What are we going to talk about for 2 hours? Yes, Luke Angel is awesome. All these artists, and you should be check them all out, dude. I think you would like a good chunk of them, Wally. I'm asked a lot. The hell are we going to talk about? How are we going to do a 2 hour show? Most of the time, 2 hours fly by, and we don't even realize the 2 hours is up. And not only that, but we go a little over. You guys know me. You guys know that I am not shy on going over. I saved these last two on purpose. Because I don't get nervous a whole lot when I do a podcast or I do a show or anything like that. I just lost my train of thought. I was trying to look something up, and I completely lost my train of thought. So I apologize for that. But I was nervous. I didn't know how it would go, how they would receive it. Female artist. I'm a huge fan of, it's no secret, I'm a big fan of female rocker chicks. And as far as female artists goes, I won't say I don't like female musicians because I do, but I was just nervous to have them on because you gotta be careful. Not that I'm like over here being a pervert or creepy or anything else. You just gotta. It's a different style or whatever. But I've learned I don't have to be that much different. Some of these ladies are downright heathens. I'm talking to you three out in California, and you know who I'm talking about because I'll get to you guys later. But Riley Bourne, she was an absolute sweetheart, as adorable as can be. We started the interview. She's like, "Hope you don't mind. I'm just kind of hanging out in my bathroom. It's the quietest place in the house. Got crazy dogs, blah blah blah. Just freaking adorable, as cute as could be, and an absolute sweetheart." We had a really cool conversation. I told you guys earlier, some interviews I get nervous because I don't know how they're going to go. Because you try to get a read on somebody when you're setting up the interviews and you're just chatting, you know what I mean? And you never really know. Ooh, it's hard to judge in text. I was just a little nervous. She turned out to be great. The interview was great. The show was great. And then the other young lady that I just played was Katrina Bree, and she, I got nothing but love for her. I love her to death. Can't wait to get out to Vegas. She's out in Vegas. Can't wait to get out to Vegas. Nikki and I can hang out with her. That's the other thing, man. A lot of these artists are like, well, whenever you get to wherever they are, hit us up. We'll hang out. We'll show you around. Sometimes people say that, and they're like, oh, okay, I got you. All right, cool. But Katrina was one of those ones that she was 100% sincere about it. And when we get out there, I can't wait to hang out with her and have her show us around Vegas. Because she's like, I got you guys. I said, look, you just point me in the right direction. for good food and good music, and I'll be happy. And she said, don't worry, I got you. So, but I knew that one was going to be fun. Again, you kind of get a read for people when you're setting up these interviews. And I knew Katrina was going to be fun. She's got energy that cannot be contained at the end of the day. But yes, Katrina was a lot of fun. Anywho, again, go follow us on Instagram. You'll see our post where I shout these guys out and I let y'all know when they're coming on. Make sure you guys are following them. Make sure you go follow them. Make sure you go show them some love. Let them know Nonsensical Network or Glick's House of Music or Glick or whatever sent you. You're not going to be disappointed. I'm not gonna ask you guys to go listen to shitty music. One thing you should know, I'm actually a music fan. I know good music, unlike some other people that do music shows. I'm doing it out of my love of music, and I'm doing it for these artists. I know our platform isn't very big, but it doesn't take a big platform, to get somebody noticed. Happy New Year to you, Miss Vicky. How you been, stranger? So where were we? Thursday, the jinx. All right. Well, we're moving on from Thursday before I jinx myself and I just quit. Oi. I don't know what I'm getting oid. I don't know. That was borderline Australian. Wasn't a shot at you either. Good to hear. Good seeing you. Where we at? Oh, Fridays. So Friday's another one, y'all. This year's been kind of crazy for Fridays. As I said, Glick's House of Music originally started on Fridays, which was fine when I was playing music. But I had a lot of fun playing music because, like I said, this was like it's like a fucking vault of music in my head, man. I listen to everything. I listen to damn near every genre. I listen to different eras. So it's like a fucking vault of music in my head. And I was able to do theme nights, like during Women's History Month. My shows were dedicated all to female musicians, women who rock, country. I think I did an 80s night. I don't even remember. And then obviously I learned the hard lesson of, hey, stupid, you can't fucking book musicians on Friday night. So Friday was kind of left with a little bit of a void. And Blaze was already coming around, and Blaze was, and as I said, I'm going to get to Blaze here in a few. But he was starting to come around. He was starting to get a feel for it. He was having fun. He was enjoying himself here. And he reached out to me and he said, hey, man, I'd really like to do a show. And I was like, yeah, man, what are you thinking? And he was like, I'm thinking like a debate show. We get on there, we can kind of argue and fun. But he wanted to make it lighthearted and goofy, and have nonsensical debates. Whose argument is it anyways? I believe was the original title on Friday nights. Where the debates were nonsensical. I can't remember the catchphrase. Holy shit. But that show actually did a complete fucking 180 in the evolutionary phase of that shows have a tendency to do when you're trying to find your footing. And Friday night has now become nonsense and chill. Blaze is, before I get into Blaze, yeah, I'm gonna get into Blaze. What the hell? Blaze is like, he's 100% on board here. So like, I love the play on words with the network and everything like that. But Nonsense and Chill was born, and that's him and Jeff. And they're just basically just kind of hanging out, watching movies together and inviting you guys to watch movies with them and all that stuff. And I know they got their Discord channel where they play the movie at. I think that's what they're doing. They're playing the movie on Discord, and they're just kind of watching movies, and they're getting ready to kind of change a little bit again. It's still going to be the same thing, Nonsense and Chill. I won't put their information out there. We're gonna open the floodgates a lot this Saturday. This Saturday is going to be a it's going to be a weird nonsensical nonsense night. But we're gonna open the floodgates on a lot of things Saturday night, and let you guys more in behind the scenes, because that's what we do around here. We keep you guys in the loop. We love you guys. We appreciate y'all watching and listening and hanging out. So we want you guys to be on the same page. Know what's going on. But I know some changes are coming for Nonsense and Chill. They got their rating system on movies, which is fun. Blaze is obviously a stoner. That's no big secret. And Blaze has been, again, I'm going to get into this, but I will say this. Blaze has been a great addition to the network, a great addition to the shows. And he is not allowed to go anywhere ever. If I have to hog tie his ass and throw him in the closet and only let him out when it's time to do a show, then that's what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to let him go anywhere. But they're having fun on Nonsense and Chill. I'm going to do this on purpose, so bear with me. One of the other news shows this year that came in, not really at the tail end of the year, came to fruition right around September. Yeah, Jeff. Jeff's not going anywhere. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said, Jeff is like an STD. Once you got him, you're stuck with him. That's why we've been friends for as long as we've been friends. Where are we at? Jesus, what, 27 years? Fuck, Wally, you and I have been friends for like 30 goddamn years, bro. Jesus Christ, man. We are old. Fucking hell. We are old. But it's been discussed on here. Wow. Yeah, goddamn. Thanks for reminding me that we're old, buddy. It's been discussed on here since we started the network about a sports show. Again, we had one lined up. Again, I put a lot of work into it. It wasn't even my show, but I still put a lot of work into it. And just to kind of get, and again, I'll talk about the bad here in a few, just to kind of get smacked in the face, and then basically get completely ripped off. Because people suck, but nonetheless, so we dipped our toes in the water with sports, and you guys know me. I'm a big football fan. Rick, he floats around and pops in and out. He's a big football guy, and Cam, he was originally supposed to be a part of the show. I understand work and this, that, and the other thing. So, Cam was not able to be a part of the show. And then, and just random conversations with Derek, because I do try to keep in contact with the musicians that have been on this show. And, I love when friendships are formed and whatnot. I think it's really cool. It's unexpected, and it happens. But Derek and I were chit-chatting. I think we were talking about fantasy football, because we do have a fantasy football league here at the network. And that's something else next year we're looking to grow. And he was a part of that, and him and I were chit-chatting about some other, about this, that, and the other thing. And I said, hey, dude, I'm going to be doing a football show. You should drop into the chat and get your picks. And he was like, I'd like to be a part of it if it's cool. I said, fuck, yeah, let's do this, man. And it's cool because we all represent different teams. Derek's a Titans fan. Rick's a Bills fan. I'm a Browns fan. Cam is a Panthers fan. We're going to give Cam very little credit, but we got to shout him out. He's always getting his picks into us. But he's a Panthers fan. So, we have fun, and then so that was our sports show. That's our football show. We've been doing it since week 1 of the NFL. We dabble a little bit in college football. We make our picks. We talk a little bit of shit. We talk a little fantasy football. We don't talk too much fantasy football, because Tony D does Belt Kings fantasy football, and he kind of locks down that, and he's always shouting us out and telling whatnot. So we dabble in fantasy football, but it's mainly straight up NFL and a little bit of college. So, and recently, because we're at week 18, playoffs are right around the corner, Super Bowl's right around the corner. What do we do when the football season's over? Do we just let the show go hibernate until next football season, or what do we do? I won't dive too much into it, but Sundays is not going to be empty. We're going to keep the show going on Sundays. Unnecessary Roughness, myself, Rick, and Derek Wayne Douglas. I feel like I can't just say Derek. I feel like I have to say his full ass name. Ancient, shut your mouth. You're right up there with us. Yeah. Baseball, hockey, basketball, MMA. We'll have to get Wally involved, and NASCAR, whatever. But Unnecessary Roughness isn't going anywhere. It's not the newest show, but technically it's the newest permanent show. Sunday mornings are for sports. It has been asked for, and we got the crew, and we got the day, and we got the time. And again, that might be another show that down the road I might walk away from. As much as I love sports, I might walk away during the year and then come back for football. We'll have to wait and see. Excuse me. Cash. It's open. I intentionally skipped a day, just so you guys know. Is that what it is? We're the same age, so we're allowed to call each other. I understand how that works. I got you. I know how that works. But as I said, I want to. There might be some of these that I click on and then I instantly click off of. There's a method to my madness. So I'm gonna play a few more clips. There's a method to my madness. As I said, there's a reason why I click on and click off. That sounded really weird, but nonetheless. So I'm gonna play a little bit more music. There's one day during the week that I purposely skipped, and we're gonna come back. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time on that, and then I want to talk about some of the bad things that happened this year, and then I want to end on a high note and talk about some of the really good things that have happened this year, because fortunately we are very blessed here that more good things than bad things have happened this year. And again, I would have to look back, and I maybe I'll do that here real quick. I want to look back and see, because we haven't even gotten a full year into the network yet, the quote unquote network. Let me look back and see if I can find when it actually kind of started. But I'll do that while we're doing this. Let this play. What is this?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message.
Just trying to find my way home. Been buzzing all day, I'm so gone. Under them neon lights, trying to get over you, but it ain't working. It's just hurting even more, and I don't know if I'll make it through the day. If I do, I'll just wash it away, like I'm catching a wave. I'm drowning in the sea, and there's no one to save me. Ooh, baby, baby, you got me going crazy. I'm so fat and lazy. I ain't been the same since you've been gone. I wish you would come home. I just wanna feel again. I'm lost inside my head. I don't wanna hear your name. I don't wanna see your face. I hope you're happy now. I'm gonna sip and drown. All this Why'd you have to be creeping? I should've known you was out every weekend. Turns out you were tweaking while I was down and falling off in the deep end. Had me on.
Wanna feel better.
Knock, knock, knock.
God bless it. I don't know how to work with goddamn buttons. That clip should have been a lot longer. Actually, you know what? Let me do these guys. Let me do these guys right. All right, Holy Oath, man. I had a lot of fun with them.
That's the place on the edge of town I go. Past the old bridge out where the wild things roam. Where the wild wind blows while the ghosts don't moan, while my heart's still beating cold. Yeah, my heart beats cold. Going on and on like what the blood just never here. I'm fighting up quite hazy, but you tell me it's clear. I took the light lead as to the father's road. Took the shots from the belly of the boat I rode. Put it down when it lost in the deep black part of the water. But now you're flying side, I can't stop haunting you. I've never tried and I've never wanted to.
I had to do those guys better. That was my last interview before the holidays. Oh, I'm gonna fuck his name up. I'm still gonna fuck his name up. I can't say it. Loan. It doesn't sound as cool as I say it when I say it because I don't have the accent. He's English from Canada. Again, the show still continues to grow worldwide. I've had a guest on from Finland and a guest on from Canada, aka the UK, which is cool. Ron, but he has an accent. It sounds so much. Basically, it's John, an American, but he was awesome, man. We totally lost track of time in our conversation. Went like 3 hours, and just a cool dude. There's a lot more, and he's got like 4 music projects that he's working on. There's a lot more behind. You peel the layers back like an onion, like Shrek said. He works in a museum. He's a blacksmith. Again, go check out the interviews. Go listen to the full interviews and learn about these guys. Holy Oath, again, right before the holidays. And then my man Solo, go watch that interview, and I hope you guys like him because I have a feeling you're going to see more of him in 2025. I'm just saying, here on the network. Solo from Reckless High. I think we talked about everything and anything but his music. We did talk very little bit about his music, but the guy is the man alive. Solo from Reckless High. Again, right before the holidays, I interviewed him, and super cool dude. Definitely had fun with some kick-ass fucking music. So the network, I told you guys I was going to look and see. The network started on the end of April of this year. I believe. Where did I just had it? Yes, of April. So Nonsensical Nonsense started in April of 2021. Beginning of April. The network actually started this year, 2023, at the end of April. Appreciate that, Wally. I see you down there in the chat. And when we started the network, we didn't know what the hell we was doing. We had Nonsensical Nonsense, Jeff's Garage, Glick's House of Music, the Jeravici podcast, Men Caring for Men, and Talking Shit. Obviously, it's grown and it's evolved. Mondays are Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations, Men Caring for Men. Tuesdays are Glick's House of Music. Wednesdays is What the Fuck News. Thursdays will be the home of Jeff's Garage, I believe. Fridays is Nonsense and Chill. Sunday is Unnecessary Roughness, our sports show. And I saved this for last because this is where it all started. This is where it all started. Nonsensical Nonsense was a brainchild that I've carried around for well over a decade. Probably close to 2 decades at this fucking point. I'm not going to lie to you. I knew what I wanted it. I knew the title I wanted the show to be. I knew what I wanted to do with the show. And that show in itself has had its ups and downs. From good times, bad times, drama, hate, being boycotted. But it's still here. It is the foundation of the network. Obviously, the Nonsensical Network came from Nonsensical Nonsense. And I feel like this year, yeah, man. So that's 20 plus years ago. That's how long I've carried it around, man. That's how long that I carried it around and was told for so long that it was stupid and I was dumb for thinking that I could do that or anything else. But here we are. Nonetheless, 4 years later, less than a year into a network. Again, I take all these shows very personal. Some shows mean more to me than others, obviously, for obvious reasons. This is my baby. Nonsensical Network, or Nonsensical Nonsense is my baby. The network is like my second baby. You know what I mean? But Nonsensical Nonsense this year, yes, we've had hiccups and ups and downs and fights and drama and everything like that. But I feel like this year in particular was definitely a year of growth and really finding what Nonsensical Nonsense is and what we want it to be and what I want it to be. And we have fun. We introduced the Open Door Challenge, which just happened. Everything happens organically around here. We don't plan anything, just so you guys know. Everything just fucking happens. The Open Door Challenge was an organic thing. It just fucking happened because we let some random dude up, and I hit Jeff up the next day, and I said, I have an idea. And that's all I had to say. And Jeff's like, I'm on board. Let's fucking do it. And I told him what I wanted to do, and I told him what I wanted to, where I wanted to go with it. And that hasn't come this year without its hiccups. But I was like, dude, I think we have something here that could be really cool. Or it could be really bad, which at the end of the day, if it's really bad, it's still really good. So the Open Door Challenge was born this year. Nonsensical Nonsense went from 3 nights a week to 1 night a week, a main event show for the week, 6 hours long. Sometimes we do an after show. And we get people that come in here from everywhere. We've met some really cool fucking people. Blaze was one of those guys who initially was a troll in the chat. Wally, as Wally said, you know, that's how he got hooked, just jumping on. And now he's doing his show. We've met Chaka and his circle of friends, the Lazy Jedi and Shaman and MK and all them, man. Like just recently we've met them, cool group of people. Leggy started coming back around. She's been up on the shows. You know, we've had our disputes and and sometimes we mend bridges that some people don't think should be mended, but what it boils down to is I don't want to be that show known for drama and bullshit and everything else. I want to be known as that show where they do the open door challenge and you can go up in there and you can have a good time with complete fucking strangers and not have to worry about no bullshit, no silly shit. And I think we're doing a pretty good job at that at the end of the day. We've had people from all over the world join us on that show, and it's wild to me. And I don't know, that show's even gone through a lot of changes this year, and we're still doing. I mean, this year we introduced the Angel of Death, which I got to give a shout out to Mike Couch's show. They do the celebrity death pool every year. It kind of basically took their idea. That's a new thing we introduced. This starting five is something that we've talked about dabbling with and bringing back every once in a while. And, even just recently, Jeff's seen an idea on YouTube, and I wanted to make sure we give proper credit where the proper credit is due. That we might start doing, not on every Saturday night, but every once in a while, Saturday night thing we might start doing. But, a lot of ups and downs and a lot of twists and turns. But I tell you what, man, we have a lot of fun on Saturday nights. Just picture hanging out with your friends on a Saturday night. That's what we're doing. And you guys are welcome to join us. We don't have to know you or not. We just ask. And then again, this is something that we learned this year, wiener bombing. So, we ask that you turn your camera on and, please put your pecker away because nobody wants to see it. Also, your butthole, because apparently we've been butt bombed too. And we're not going to tolerate racism or anything like that. Come up, have a good time. If you start to act a certain type of way, be warned. We're all smartasses. We're all quick on the trigger. And we're also very protective of nonsensical nonsense. So if you get a little sideways about it, then we're going to get a whole lot of fucking sideways about it. It's my baby, but it's kind of become everybody's baby here on the network. 100%. That's what family does, man. We stick together no matter what. And, there's been times where before I can even pop off, Blaze is on somebody's ass, Jeff's on somebody's ass, Connor's on somebody's ass. Even people that, that aren't necessarily a part of the network, just our friends that might be in there with us. They've been on people's asses. So, you just, a great thing, man. And I'm grateful for another year that we're still doing this, that we're still doing nonsensical nonsense. But I'm extremely grateful for the fact that we're building a network of shows and what went from Jeff and I just telling fart jokes and dick jokes 3 nights a week, that we're creating content for you guys 7 nights a week. Not everybody's going to be into everything we do. I feel like we got a little bit of something for everybody. And I think we're having fun still. And so I'm definitely looking forward to 2025. I mean, I don't know what 2025 has in store for us, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. We're only going to go up from here. I mean, we're at the bottom still and I'll use this man's name loosely because we all know he's in trouble. And his goofy ass wife needs to stop worrying about performing at halftime and pretending to be white and pretending to be a cowgirl and pretending to be a country singer and focus on her man's trials and tribulations. No, wait, actually, he didn't say that. Never mind. I take it back. You fucking suck, douchebag. But we're starting from the bottom, and we're still at the bottom, so we can only go up from here. A lot of fun and good times. Yes, sir. So before I address other issues from this year, I'm going to go ahead and bang out some of these songs because there's still a lot in here. So let's see. What do we got here? What's this? We'll start here.
won't make this go away. Can't numb the pain inside of me. These thoughts are here to stay. The whiskey won't bring her back today. The cost of my own tragedy, so I'll dig my own damn grave.
I didn't rotate it, and I should have. My bad, guys. I'm sorry.
Pull me a double, 'cause I'm asking for trouble. Don't you know it? 'Cause I'm a 5-foot spirit, got short fuse, hard like no bullet. There's bourbon warfare, nobody wins. I didn't sign up to fight in this battle that we're in. I don't wanna be another late night casualty, so you won't have to choose Jim Beam or me. What's it gonna be? Oh, what's it gonna be? Ooh,
I'm going to bang a bunch of these out, but I'm going to take a little pause in between. Kaylin Cole, again, little Miss Midwestern hippie, absolutely adorable. My tater twin. we found out that we share the same love for taters. It don't matter how they come, but she was a lot of fun, and just as cute as could be, man. We had a fun conversation. We had a good time hanging out. Again, all these artists, Instagram, go check out our posts. They're tagged. Go follow them. Go listen to their music. Go show them some love. I have my man, Adam, if you're listening, if you hear this, when we get down to Nashville, you promised me a steak, sir, and I'm going to hold you to it. I'm also going to hold you to that barbecue as well, because you said you was a monster in the pit. So I'm going to hold you to it, my friend. Adam Jones, not built for radio, ladies and gentlemen, but he's a hell of a good time. One hell of a dude. A huge fucking nerd, but awesome as hell. Again, go listen to the replays, man. The live replays are up on YouTube, and all the shows are on Spotify. Go listen to the full interviews, man. We have fun. We have a good time. And then last but not least, there's a certain someone, and I don't know if he's listening. I don't know if he's out there in the audience, but little Miss Callie, and Callie in the Boot and Rally, he's got a crush on her. I don't know if his ears are on out there, but he was crushing on her just a little bit. She's our little cowgirl witch skateboarder. Motorcycle riding. She was a lot of fun, man. Callie in the Boot and Rally. She's an Ohio girl. So, when she comes home to visit, if she ever up this way, I told her to hit me up. We'd have to definitely get together and grab a drink and maybe go check out some live music or something somewhere. But she's right here from my neck of the woods here in Ohio. So shout out to Ohio. And yeah, she's way out there, way out yonder, out west. But they got up and coming stuff. I mean, they're working on stuff. They're doing stuff behind the scenes. So just a fun interview. And she was another one, Adam and Kaylin. You just get a feel for people. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun hanging out. We had a lot of fun chit-chatting. You sound like you know this person I'm talking about personally, Pickled Pecker. But Let's bang through a couple more here. What else we got here? And I want to save that for
I know you're perfect for me. Everything I'll ever need, I am playing.
Oh yeah.
What I'm saying, when I got what I got, I don't miss what I have. Only before you belong to the past. In the back of your mind, you might think there's something more. When I got what I got, girl, I don't. No, I don't.
Kentucky's own Tennessee Holy Water.
He was caught up in the cash game. He was caught up in the cash game.
Took it too far, taking it back. You started a war, so fuck a white flag. I'm painted on black. Oh, I'm painted on black. Everything is wanna feel better. Noise, I don't wanna add to all the noise. All the sad girls and angry boys. I just wanna be without all this noise. I don't wanna be like it's a choice. Screaming or using my voice. I just wanna be without all this noise. And this noise.
All right, we're gonna start real quick with Tennessee Holy Water. I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about the guy who has a crush on her. You sound like you know him very well. Tennessee Holy Water, man, Kentucky's finest, right there. Them boys were awesome. I still gotta get Adam on. I don't think I've forgotten about you guys. Got to get Adam on. Got me a little man crush on Adam, and I haven't even met him yet. But they told me to be careful because he was he had a way about himself. I ain't worried about all that. I can handle myself. Tennessee Holy Water, they again, man. I can't say anything bad about any of these artists or any of these musicians. I really, truly cannot. These guys were great. We had a great time hanging out. We had a great time shooting the shit. Quote unquote, probably, and they're making kick-ass fucking music too. Then we got Miss Marley, our little bubbly badass. Okay, so that show, I haven't had Marley on solo. I haven't had Bree on. Bree is just a badass. I think Bree is close to. She's just a badass, and Bree makes killer music. And Marley, she makes fun, just fun, upbeat, good time music. And that show meant a lot to me. There was a question asked the other day, and it kind of caught me off guard. What was your favorite on-air moments? And I was like, I don't have just one. And I was asked out of nowhere, and this particular show that I did, Marley was a part of it and Bree was a part of it. That meant a lot to me because these three young ladies took a chance on me and came up on my show to promote something huge for them. And it was Women Rock LA. It was an all-female concert. The DJ was female. The MC was a female comedian. All the performers were female. And they came up and we got to hang out. And this is where I said, this is where I learned. I don't have to be as careful as I think I have to be with I'm still going to be careful, but these three ladies, and I'm leaving one out. on purpose. But I'll get to that. These three ladies were back. They were heathens. They fit right in here on the network at the end of the day. We had a lot of fun, and I wish one of those times where it was like a little FOMO, you know what I mean? I wish I was like out in LA. I wish I could have gone out there and gone to the show. It looked like an absolutely phenomenal show with some badass rocker chicks that just have a great fucking time and just do their thing. You know what I mean? They just have fucking fun. But that interview was that was probably right up there, and one of my favorite moments, particularly for this show, was having that opportunity to have those three young ladies on my show and get to promote one of the biggest shows for them that they were doing, and to be a small part of it. You know what I mean? Completely unexpected. So get back in here real quick. Actually, what is this? Let me do this. What is this? Hold on. That. So that's the other cool thing, man, is having the opportunity to get to be a part of certain things. Why did it not upload? Where is it at? There it is. Yeah, why didn't it upload? Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to do something, actually. Because I couldn't find a snippet. Oh, where's it? Oh, I've seen it. I'm going to play part of a full song-ish here. I just got to find it. Oh, did I delete it like a fucking jackass? Oh, I did. I think I did. Damn it. Shit. Well, that's no bueno, mi amigo. Oh, I didn't. Haha, I found it. One of the cool things about doing this show in particular is when artists recommend other artists. And I'm going to get to this other artist, but I had them recommend this gentleman who has literally done it all: acting, singing. He writes movies. He writes books. He's even modeled back in the day. He's literally done everything. Roland Jewett. Him and I, he came on the show, and we were like two old friends that hadn't seen each other in years. You could have never guessed that we were strangers. He's a bit older than I am, but you would have never guessed that we were strangers until that night, because we just came in and just chatted up, and I'm looking forward to, that's going to be another guy. You're going to see him on the network again down the road, probably very soon. As I said, he's a writer, and he's got a new movie coming out very soon. I got to reach out to him and ask him where we stand with that, because that movie is actually going to be watched and shown on Friday night, and I think we're going to get him to come up and hang out with Jeff and Blaze on Blaze and Jeff on Friday night for that movie. So here's Roland with special guest Elizabeth Ertel, which you might see her on Tuesday night down the road as well. And it's a cover. So if you know the song.
Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things.
I walked in town on silver spurs that jingled too. a song that I had only sang to just a few. She saw my silver spurs and said, let's pass some time, and I will give to you summer wine. Summer wine.
Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time, and I will give to you summer wine. Summer wine.
My eyes grew heavy and my lips, they could not speak. I tried to get up, but I couldn't find my feet. She reassured me with an unfamiliar line, and then she gave to me more summer wine. Summer wine.
Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time, and I will give to you summer wine. Summer wine.
When I woke up, the sun was shining in my eyes. My silver spurs were gone, my head felt twice its size. She took my silver spurs, $1 and a dime, and left me craving for more summer wine. Ooh, summer wine.
Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time, and I will give to you my summer wine. Oh, summer wine.
And I'm doing that whole song, but I ran into a little technical difficulties, and I apologize. There was an artist that was not uploaded properly, who definitely had to have a place here tonight. I definitely had to have a spot for him, and I had to have him in here. But yes, as I was saying, like I said about Roland, he was awesome. God, man, and I want to get to the artist who introduced us and connected us very, very soon here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get through these again. I'm gonna just jump right back into these, get through these last couple. Then there's a few people that I want to hit.
I'm giving you up, just like I did them on Pearl. I say I'm giving you up, the same way I did the whiskey on ice, and it's all so tough. You turn me to a man I don't even recognize. I'm giving you up, the same way you did me out in the moonlight.
That one right there, that was really cool. That was really cool to me. That Bobby Scott was awesome. We had Great interview, great show. And he was another artist that unexpectedly performed live on the show. Not once, not twice, but 3 times he performed. One time we had a little bit of a hiccup, but he performed one of his original songs that's become a favorite on the network. Motel and Cop Cars. What? Motel and Cop Cars. But that Cameron Marlowe song, he had already covered it once, and I played it on the show. And I was like, dude, I love this cover. I think you crushed it. I think you killed it. And he was like, oh, I'll redo it for you. It was kind of the only time I ever, I guess, half-assed made a request. And he redid it. He sat down and he redid it again. He did the full song, and I think that's what it was. I think he just did a snippet. I can't remember. But he redid it basically because I don't want to take all the credit. I don't want to sound like a douche, but he redid it, and it was really cool because he did it like the next day after he was on the show. But we also I fell in love with the Motel and Cop Car song, and I told him, and he did it live on the show, and I told him, I was like, we're gonna play the shit out of this one, and we're gonna probably put it on our socials as well. If you're not gonna release it, we're gonna release it for you because it's a fucking kick-ass song. But Bobby Scott was so much fun, and he's a hell of a musician. And he's not like, doing a lot of like song release. He's just playing local gigs and stuff like that. And I can dig it, man. He's got his following and he's enjoying what he's doing and, as a hobby and whatnot. But again, all interviews, you can watch the full replays on YouTube, or you can listen on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts at. All at the Nonsensical Network. Our bio.link was at the bottom of the screen. I think I might have taken it off. There it is. bio.link/Nonsensical Network. Go give it a follow. Go give us a follow. Check them out. Listen to the replays. I think you're going to enjoy them. I think you're going to enjoy all the shows. You might find one that you like more than the others, and that's fine. Check them out. Also, our bio.link. You see this right here? This was me. Yeah, you like that? A little nonsensical Network podcast. It's got my catchphrase on the back: "Be good or be good at it." But my fiance, she's got her shop she's doing, and she can get you guys network merchandise, or if you just want your own custom stuff. And her link is at our bio link as well. Beauty and the Beard Creative Corner on Facebook and Instagram. So go follow her as well. Show her some love, and if you want to order something, hit her up and let her know what you want, and she'll get you set up and hooked up and let you know if she can or can't make it. She can do shirts, hoodies, cups. I think she can do hats. We're going to experiment with some hats here before long. I'm going to see if she can make me a hat. Yeah. So, all right. I'm running way longer than I wanted to tonight, so I'm gonna fly through these real quick. These last few artists, you want to talk about making an impression and really just hitting home, man. First and foremost, my man AJG, man, all the way down in Miami. What's up, bro? I'm gonna get down to Miami, and I'm expecting that barbecue to be going because I'm gonna burn them otters. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go listen to the fucking interview. There's just a little snippet of him and Jay Valor. You heard him earlier with knocking on heaven's door.
Knocking on heaven's door. Everything's gonna be okay.
I hear we going back and forth. Someone started banging on the bathroom door, asking why they hearing so much laughing for. Then a man in the mirror passed the torch, thinking that's so weird. Ain't no one here, never seen someone disappear without death. Ain't no plug for this outlet. Voices tell me I ain't bout shit.
All I can say about that interview is it went way left of center, man. It went so far off the rails. Again. you guys see me all the time. You guys kind of know who I am. You know, these musicians couldn't be any more polar opposite of yeah, to a certain degree. AJG was awesome. We had fun. That was another long show. And we just went off the rails, man. We just went off the rails and had a good fucking time. I want to reach out to him again. We'll see him back up here on the network, check in on him, see how he's doing, see how things are going. But all I got to say is kick-ass music, otters, and barbecue. Need I say more? Check out the full interview. Yeah, Mr. Sexy Legs. Yeah. Right? Oh my God, we went so far off the rails that night, but man, we had a lot of fun. This guy. Mr. James Luker. That's my little brother, y'all. Him and I connected. It was crazy. This is where we run into technical difficulties. We tried to do the interview. We tried to push through. He was having a lot of internet issues, and we tried to push through. And finally, we was just like, all right, we got to retry this. We did it again. It was a success. That cat's like a little brother to me, man. He's got a head. I mean, he's got a full steam ahead. His head is right where he wants to be, right where he's going to go. And I'll be damned if you're getting in his fucking way at the end of the day. I love his spirit. I love his attitude. And he reminds me of me in a lot of ways. You know, some people call it an ego or being conceited or anything else. Sometimes you just know when you got it at the end of the day, and he's got it. And I got nothing but love for him. You're going to see him back up here very soon, very, very soon. You're going to see him back up here because we got to catch up, man. He's got things happening. He's got things going on. So we're going to see him back up here very, very soon. And like I said, keep your eye out for them now. Keep your eye out for all these artists, man. They're doing things. Go follow them. Go show them some love. These are like my top 5. These are like my top 6, I guess, at the end of the day. Right here. This guy right here. Boneheaded Decision.
He was caught up in the cash game. Living in a fast lane. Nobody stopped until the cash came. A southpaw with them outlaws. We all thought we was living in the last day. Living in the last day.
That's my man's in them. You get to see him every Sunday right here on the network. That's my man's in them, Derek Wayne Douglas. I love that dude. Again, the bond was there, man. I got nothing but love for the guy. I can't say anything bad about him. I couldn't even imagine saying anything bad about him. He's become like a brother to me. Just that connection was there. And we had a fun time when I interviewed him. Again, you don't really know where these interviews are going to go or what direction they're going to go. We had fun. We chit-chatted. We talked about this. We talked about that, Derek. I know. Look, man, I got you on the network. I still haven't played Call of Duty with you, brother, but I got you on the network. You're doing a show with me. So baby steps. We're gonna get there. A little honorable mention. At the beginning of the show, I played Darren Ahonen. Darren Ahonen. He's huge on TikTok. Massive on TikTok, dabbling into the world of music. Yeah, he's known for his comedy sketches with his family, and he has a podcast with his pops, Big Fats, and dancing. And he's dabbling into the world of music. He was a fun guest. We're still trying to get him up. He wants to come up and do a wrestling show with Cash and I. So we're gonna get him back. We'll get Pops involved too if Pops is a wrestling fan. So real quick, I meant to say that at the beginning of the show, but a little scatterbrained. These last three are probably like one of them holds a very important spot because he was my actual first interview. And I go back to when I said I don't get nervous a whole lot. I was nervous because it was my first real interview and I didn't know really what direction I was going to go, or I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to say. I knew how I wanted this particular show to go, but I didn't know how it was going to go. He was my first interview. I couldn't have asked for a better interview. This young man is super busy. So busy that myself and somebody else, who you guys have probably got to know pretty well around here, are still trying to set something up for the three of us together. And this young man is just so incredibly busy. It hasn't happened yet. But here you go.
I'm done with the callbacks, with the talking smack, telling me how to act and to be. I'm done with your past crimes and the media lies, saying this is the way to be free. I'm done with the way things are turning out. And I'm done with people like you, too afraid to say out loud, I've had enough, I'll show you out. I'm sick of the words coming out of your mouth. You think you're tough, I'll call you bluff. I say it like it is, man, I keep it a book. Saying bye-bye, have a nice day, don't let the door hit you on your way out. You won't get nothing else from me, 'cause Lord knows I'm done.
My man Hunter Lott. That young man's got a good head on his shoulders. Amazing family back support system. And he really, I got to give proper love. He really kind of set the trajectory for this show. He was my first actual interview, and I was nervous for it. I don't know how he felt about it or anything. I was nervous, but it kind of set this train on its tracks. And he introduced me to this next band that I want to play a little snippet of. And these guys have become like family. So much so that I got to live a dream experience of being on stage, not singing. As you guys know, I don't sing, but get to be on stage in front of a crowd and just kind of live out a dream. And maybe the opportunity will be there again down the road. But he introduced me to, you guys know them.
Wanna feel better. My hair's turning white. It's always been red. My collar's still blue. I've always been here, trying to sing the truth. Yeah, to sing. We've always been red, white, and blue.
Southern Outlaws, man. These guys, Arliss was on the show Saturday for a good long hot minute. Like I said, they invited me down. They did a charity event for disabled veterans. They invited this big dumb animal down to MC the show. I was a nervous wreck because I don't like to get up in front of a crowd and talk. but I faced a fear and I lived a dream, and these guys have become family. The whole band, Mama Sandy, their manager, so much so that Arliss, the lead singer, will be officiating mine and Nikki's wedding coming next October. And we're going to do more things in the future, all of us together. So it was kind of like, I did the show with Hunter, and Hunter hit me up a few days later and said, you should check these guys out. You should hit them up and have them on the show. They're awesome. Again, I messaged Arliss and kind of hit him with my spiel. He said, here's my phone number. Give me a call. I was nervous to make the phone call, but I made the phone call. And as soon as we got on the phone, we were on the phone for over an hour. And it was like we were two old friends that hadn't talked in a while. And then we did the show, and they hold the record for Glick's House of Music being the longest show. We did 6 hours. It just had an absolute blast the whole time. And Nikki and I had the opportunity to go meet them. And obviously, like I said, I emceed their show, and they welcomed us right in with open arms. And they've been nothing but great to us ever since. And these guys are known worldwide. And they've won countless awards and sang in the Grand Ole Opry and everything else. And all of us here at the Nonsensical Network have nothing but love for them. And we look forward to next year and what next year holds in store for them, but also what we're going to have the opportunities to get to do with them, as we kind of discussed and dabbled a little bit on Saturday. And last but not least, this young lady holds a very near and dear spot in my heart. She was my first female artist, and she was absolutely amazing, and she continues to be absolutely amazing. I've got nothing but love for her. I think she's fucking badass. again, as cute as can be. She's got a little bit of a twisted side to her, though. You guys hear her music every Monday. Every Monday they start to show one of her songs.
Just wanna feel better. I just wanna feel better, but I can't get out of my head. I don't know what I'll do instead.
Jules, Miss Jules in the how. How? I'll give you a little how, because that's an uncertain how. But how? Jules in the how. Gotta love her. She's awesome. One badass rocker chick. She plays the guitar, ladies and gentlemen. She was my first female interview, and I told her flat out I'm nervous because those of you guys who know me and know my music taste, I absolutely love rocker chicks. They're one of my favorite artists out there. I don't know if it's a genre or what it is or however you want to say it, but we had a lot of fun. She was the one that put the interview together. Well, she was the one that suggested the idea of having Bree and Marley come up and allowing me to have a small part in the Women Rock LA show. And we had an absolute blast on that show. And Jules and I had an absolute blast on the show she was on. And, we still stay in contact. And, if I have my way, we'll see her again on the network here next year. So, yeah, man, I can't believe I've done a lot of interviews. I've had a lot of people come through. I'm looking forward to so much more in 2025. Again, huge, massive shout out to you artists who have come through here. You guys who have taken a chance to come and sit down and hang out with me. It means the world to me, not only as a music fan in general, but, getting the opportunity to sit down and chat with you guys and form friendships with some of y'all and be given the opportunity to play your music across the network and continue to share what you guys are doing and watch you grow and everything else. It truly does mean the world to me. And I thank you guys so fucking much. And I'm definitely looking forward to 2025. This was actually way better than what I said in the beginning. So I got to remember this is a tail end. With that being said, unfortunately, can't all be good. And yes, this year did have some bads. And I'm not going to spend too much time trashing anybody. Obviously, Tony D left this year. I wish things would have been different. I still stand by what I say. When Tony D is here and when Tony D is engaged, he's awesome. But when he's not and he's distracted, he's a pain in the ass. But again, it's a bridge that's being mended. He's doing his football show, Belt Kings Fantasy Football. Obviously, we've discussed the background with Leggy and myself. That was a bridge that was mended as well. I believe it was this year when that started happening. She does her music show and her radio show and a million other things. She's as busy as fucking can be. But and I'm grateful for being able to mend bridges. Obviously, we had issues with Fireman Rich. It is what it is. He popped up on a Saturday night, and I was locked in and ready to go to war and fight. He kind of caught me off guard, and I also had to step back in that moment that he caught me off guard, and I remembered that I made a promise to the guys, and I fully intend to keep that promise going into 2025. I will not lose my cool, and I will not act an asshole and act a fool as I've done in the past on any of these shows on this network. I can be cordial with people. But there are people that I would like to have conversations with behind the scenes, and they're not going to be friendly conversations. I'm going to say my piece, and I'm going to state my piece, and then you can take it however you want to take it. Some of those people include Jaravici, who was somebody that I seen a lot of potential, and I thought very highly of, so much that we gave him an opportunity here. And I don't mean that to come across like we're some holy rollers or higher than thou or anything else, but I've seen a lot of potential with this kid, and I really tried to help him grow. And I wanted to see him start to reach his potential. Unfortunately, he decided to kick me in the dick and run like a scalded dog back to somebody who has no idea what they're doing and thinks that they are holier than thou, and they think that their show is more important than what it really is when they're just a fucking shit show. And their name shoots them well. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know anything about the people they interview, and they look and sound ridiculous a good chunk of the time. But Jarvis made his decisions. He made his choices. I would love the opportunity to have a conversation with him and state my piece, and really give it to him, so to say. But much like him and this other, I don't have to beat around the bush because we're talking about the bad. Mark from Talking Shit, they're too chicken shit. They'd rather run and hide and pretend to be something that they're not. I have no beef with Brian of Talking Shit. Brian's just a lackey. Let's be honest. I think he's a good dude. I think he means well at the end of the day. But it was kind of a shock. We started to put this network together, and toes started to get stepped on. And when it was brought up, instead of being a man or admitting when they were wrong, they just decided to act like a bunch of little babies. And it is what it is, because at the end of the day, I'd rather get rid of the cancer before it has time to fester and grow and anything else. Part of that bad is not only those guys, but another relatively new podcast. I've learned this year that I'm not going to be so willing to help people. If you want my help and my advice, you're going to have to earn it, because I'm just not going to give it out for free anymore. I got burned recently, and still kind of got a real bad taste in my mouth with it, especially. Actually, no, I do have a really bad taste in my mouth, but I'm gonna enjoy watching them go up in smoke. I'm gonna enjoy watching that dumpster fire burn, because that's exactly what it is. But enough of that. Enough of the bad. Enough of the bullshit. Let's talk about the good. The good being this network started. The good being that so many new shows and new content. Goddamn right. I hear you, Doc. This network started this year. Glick's House of Music started this year. Men Caring for Men started this year. What the Fuck News started this year. Nonsensical Nonsense went into a whole nother direction this year. Nonsense and Chill started this year. Cash's Corner started this year. And Unnecessary Roughness started this year. And then we got my man Wally in the chat to come out of his, he stepped out of his comfort zone. And we got Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations. A brand new podcast with a brand new podcast host or streamer, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of good things have happened. A lot of good things are going to continue to happen. Out with the bad, in with the good. Tony D, this one's for you because I know it drives you crazy, brother. Bridges are being mended. Things are being fixed. I know there's people out there that don't see eye to eye. You don't have to see eye to eye to eat at our table. We can all get along here. We're going to continue to be us. One thing I can definitely say about our group of guys is we're going to be the same group of guys in real life as we are on these shows. And like I said, it is what it is at the end of the day. The bad's gone. We've gotten rid of it. We're moving on from it. We're letting it go. Out with the old, in with the new, whatever cliche you want to throw in there. All I know is the Nonsensical Network is here, and we're not going anywhere. And we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to get better. We're going to continue to evolve. We're going to continue to adapt. And we're going to get bigger and bigger as we go. And I foresee things being new shows in the future. New members of the network joining the family. And I'm looking forward to it. I really, truly am. And most importantly, I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to address these achievements or anything like that. Just the other day, just yesterday, I got a notification that we reached 35,000 views on YouTube. That's fucking cool. We have less than 500 followers. And we've got over 35,000 views on YouTube. That's pretty fucking cool. On the podcasting platforms, man, we are right there. We are knocking on the door of 40,000 downloads. There's people out there that fucking quadruple us in followers and aren't even anywhere near our numbers. So from the bottom of my heart, I think I can safely speak for everybody else here at the network. Thank you to everybody who watches the shows, listens to the shows, comments on the shows, comes up on the open panels and hangs out with us. That means a lot to us. It really, truly does. And we're going to keep doing what we do. And we're going to keep changing as needed. And I learned a lesson this year. Well, not really I learned a lesson this year. I just learned to apply something that I already knew. I'm unloading my plate. But I'm still here, man. Like, at the end of the day, as much as these guys give me shit, as much as these guys bust my balls about my ego and this, that, and the other thing, God damn it, I carry every ounce of the weight of this network on my shoulders. And I do it proudly. I really, truly, honestly do. I hold my head up high. And I'll put everything on this network on my shoulders, and I don't give a damn. There's an amazing group of guys here. One in particular I've got to shout out before I get the hell out of here is my man Blaze. That dude came out of nowhere. That dude came out of nowhere. Left field. Popped up on a Saturday night. And then came up on another Saturday night. And then he came up on another Saturday night. And then he was just here. And I love him. I swear to God, from the bottom of my heart, I love the shit out of that motherfucker. That cat is the true MVP this year. Like, for real. He steps in when needed. He steps in without even being asked to step in. He does things behind the scenes without even, I'll ask him for something and he gets it. I don't even have to ask him. He just does. He puts his opinion in. He adds his input in. We had the opportunity to do 2 live shows without even I didn't even have to ask. And he was booking a hotel and bringing his ass up here and helping me be a part of having an opportunity to do a show live out in my community where I live, because we're all from different places. He was here. Like he has legitimately become my right-hand man. Jeff's on the left, and Blaze has literally become my right-hand man. I can go to him for anything, and I can count on him for anything. So, huge shout out to Blaze this year, man. MVP all day. Like, I am incredibly grateful and thankful for Blaze at the end of the day. Cat's on it, man. And I can't wait to see what 2025 has in store, where, like I said, what Blaze has in his head, I don't know, but man, I'm on board for it. And that doesn't take away from Jeff. Jeff's been here since day one. Obviously, I love Jeff to death. I'm incredibly grateful for that guy. Grateful for Connor. And like, we have a really cool core group of guys here, man, that I think as we go and we move on and we progress, that I can count on. And it makes it easier for me to unload stuff off of my plate. It really, truly does. So with that being said, Happy New Year's, Michael. With that being said, for the last time in 2020, nope, you know what? I'm not going to do it just yet. Actually, I think this is going to be our new anthem. I mean, it kind of already is our unwritten anthem here on the Nonsensical Network. But I think it's safe to say going into 2025, it is going to be our anthem for the network. And I'm going to have to let my man know this. And then I'm going to come back for the last time in 2024. There's a little Southern Outlaws band with Good for the Soul. And it speaks volumes for what we're doing right here on the Nonsensical Network.
For the soul. Good friends, good music, good whiskey, good for the soul.
good for the soul.
Good friends, good music, good whiskey.
It's good for the soul. For the soul.
Good friends, good music, good whiskey. Damn,
it's good for the soul.
For the last time in 2024, the champ is here. Good friends, good music, good whiskey. It's good for the soul, baby. Cheers. I'll drink to that. For the last time in 2024, y'all, we appreciate the hell out of you guys. Thank you guys for listening to all the shows. Thank you guys for everything you do, you know, supporting us, helping us, and just being a part of the Nonsensical family at the end of the day, man. We got big plans, man. We're really trying over here. We're really trying to do something that you guys will enjoy and that you will like, and I hope you really are. Don't forget, check out Beauty in the Beard Creative Corner, y'all. It's in our bio link, Nonsensical Nonsense. bio.link/Nonsensical Network. All them links are there. You know the line. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share already. Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as 2024 comes to a close, I just want to say to each and every last one of you sons of bitches, be good. Be good at it, baby. We'll see you next year. Get ready. Buckle up. If I learn how to hit these goddamn buttons, they make them closings a whole hell of a lot more important.
Nonsensical Network, different flavor every day. Movie talks, new flicks hitting the display. Microphone magic, musicians spill the praise. From reptiles to motorsports, burning rubber craze. Football crashes, touchdowns, epic plays. New spinning, catching on the latest phase. Gleaming cars, engines roaring up the pace. Street tales, urban stories we embrace. Tune in, every week diverse. Groove to the beats, let the rhythm immerse. Lyrics flowing, ciphers full of verse. Nonsensical Network, feel the universe. Interviews buzzing, stars in the circuit. Worlds of tapestry, pieces we interpret. Hip-hop to rap, the flow never stagnant. Reptilian tales, nature's arrangement. Cars with muscle, engines with might. Motorsports roaring, speed in the night. Discussions heated, always a delight. Network of nonsense, but the vibe's just right. Tune in, wait for that beat. Flow so seamless, feeling so sweet. Urban grooves, rhythm from the street. Nonsensical Network, always on repeat.